Hey guys, Rich from GunTortureTests.com. Part 2 of the suppressor video. Here we have the handy dandy trusty Walther P22. And first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to shoot it without a suppressor on it so you can just get a general idea. Now keep in mind I'm shooting in a cement block building and I'm shooting into a bullet trap, so it's going to kind of muffle the sound of the gunshot anyway. But there's going to be enough of a difference in the sound so you'll see, you'll get the point of the whole suppressor thing. Okay, so obviously safety first, eyes and ears. Now keep in mind that this is a Walther P22 and it kind of sucks anyway, so it's probably not going to function the way it ought to, because it never does. So there you have it. That's what it sounds like, pretty much unmuffled without a suppressor. When I come back, I'm going to shoot using a 22 suppressor on this gun, and I'm going to shoot 3 different kinds of ammo. I'm going to shoot Remington bulk Goldens, I'm going to shoot CCI mini mags, and I'm going to shoot Remington subsonics. And you're going to notice a difference in the between the 3. And then after that, I'm going to shoot wet. I'm going to shoot the can wet using those same 3 ammos, and you'll notice, you'll notice the difference between dry and wet too. And then we'll go into some more specifics as far as cleaning and maintenance and stuff. I kind of feel like James Bond here with my little Walther with the suppressor on it. Although, you know, I'm better looking than Sean Connery. You know, that's, you know, okay, I'm lying. I'm not better looking than Sean Connery. I'm definitely better looking than who else played James Bond? Daniel Craig. He's an idiot. He's not good looking at all. So, shooting the suppressor dry, okay, with which, and I'll explain what the difference is here in a few minutes, but with the Remington Golden, the bulk ammo, okay? Now, after I give this a minute to cool off, we're going to shoot it with CCI mini mags, which are a little bit more powerful than the Remington bulk ammo. And not only are they a little more powerful, they're also, well, they're better quality. Okay, you know, they're definitely more of a standardized velocity across the board than the bulk ammo. Of course, that doesn't prevent the Walther from being a piece of crap either. Okay, next is going to be subsonics. Now, contrary to popular belief, come towards me a little bit, it's not pointed directly at me. Okay, contrary to popular belief, you do not have to use subsonic ammunition when you're using a suppressor. A lot of people it's a very popular misconception. But if you do use subsonic, it's going to be quieter. Not much, but it's going to be noticeably quieter, okay? So subsonics, dry can. Okay. Next, I'm going to let the can cool off, and I'm going to show you the difference between wet and dry. I'm going to show you how to make a can wet and kind of explain that process. All right, guys, now we're going to shoot the suppressor wet, and what that means is using a medium, whether it be water or, in this case, wire pulling gel. Get your minds out of the gutters. What happens is when you introduce water or wire pulling gel or something similar to those two, you get what's called an endothermic reaction, and what that means is it increases the rate at which the gases that are created when you fire the gun cool off, and it makes the suppressor quieter. In some cases, as much as 10 or more decibels quieter. So this suppressor, this 22 Wraith from Yankee Hill Machine, is rated, I believe, at 31 decibels, and that's a dry rating. And using, in this case, wire pulling gel, it can definitely, there's a definite difference. Now, I don't have a sound level meter. Well, I have a sound level meter, but it's a piece of crap, and it's not accurate at all. The real high-end ones are, $500-600, and so that's going to have to wait for another time. But you can just tell the difference. Now, when you use water or whatever, the reason I like wire pulling gel is because it's easier to work with and it lasts longer. But you can put water in these suppressors; it's not going to hurt them. The innards are either stainless steel or aluminum in most cases, and as long as you keep them clean and use afterwards, you can clean them out real good and treat them like CLP or something like that. You're not going to have a problem with corrosion or rust. But the way you do it basically is either a cap full of water or a couple of squirts of wire pulling gel. Okay. And then I tap it, get it all in the expansion chamber, put it on the gun, and come back to shooting. Now, you may have noticed that the first couple shots with each different kind of ammo are a little bit louder than the others, and that's because there's no gas in the can. When there's gases already in the can, it helps to muffle it that much more. So it's going to be the same case with this, although it's going to be really hard to kind of tell because of the addition of the wire pulling gel. Remington bulk ammo. Okay, next is going to be mini mags. See you in a minute. CCI mini mags, wet can. Next is going to be subsonics. Subsonics, wet can. This is going to be the quietest of all. Okay, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to clean this because it is messy, especially when you're shooting it wet, and 22 ammo is just dirty, dirty, dirty. I'm going to clean this, and I'm going to come back and I'm going to tell you how to clean them and kind of give you a brief overview. All right, I'm back. Zoom in on my hand. I want to prove a point here. See all this crap on my hand? That crap wouldn't be there if we weren't using a suppressor. The point I'm trying to make is that if you're going to use a suppressor on a gun, any gun, your maintenance of that gun is going to have to go up a notch or two, okay? All those gases and that unburned powder and stuff that would normally just maybe if you're lucky get deposited in the barrel or on the inside of the chamber, and you take a brush and some CLP or some hoppies or whatever your cleaning tool of choice is, and scrub it off. That's going to go literally everywhere. The big thing is that while the cans are, the baffles are either going to be like aluminum or stainless steel. In the case of this Wraith, they are stainless steel baffles and aluminum cylinder. They can still rust if you don't keep them clean. And when you're talking about 22 ammo, 22 is the dirtiest ammo on the planet, okay? As far as cleaning them goes, what I normally do is after I'm done shooting, the first thing I do, and you might be like, whoa, wait a minute, is I wash them in a sink underwater, and I clean as much of that gunk out as I can and get it down the drain. And then I take and I blow it out with compressed air to kind of dry it all out and get any of the extra moisture out. And then I use something like CLP, okay, and I'll set it on a towel and I'll spray a little CLP in it and I'll let it sit like that overnight. and then when it's done, you know, in the morning or whatever, I'll shake out any excess. I'll blow it out again, make sure it's dry, and what that does is, obviously the CLP is going to, you know, lubricate and so on and so forth, but it's also going to break down any carbon that the water didn't get out. Water is perfectly safe for cleaning guns and for cleaning other machinery. What's not safe is leaving it on there. And when you mix it with gunpowder, especially 22 ammo, it will cause the baffles to corrode. Yankee Hill recommends for the 22 cans, they in the manual for this specific can, the cleaning, they say to I guess their preferred method is to soak it in a tub with transmission fluid and water overnight, kind of like a 50-50 mix, and then clean it out with CLP and all this other crap. But you can use water, okay? Now, some cans are user serviceable, which means that using a special tool, you can take off one end, slide the baffles out, clean them manually. The Wraith is this specific Wraith is not. The Yankee Hill Might is user serviceable. The reason I prefer these over the Mites is that they're full auto rated and they handle more calibers. The Wraith is full auto rated, and it's rated for 22 longs, 22 shorts, 22 Magnum, 5.7 FN, 17 HMR. The common way of thinking with cans is anything smaller than what the can is rated for is safe. So if you own an AR and, I don't know, a 1022, okay, you can get a can that's rated for 5.56, and then you have one can, two guns, and you know, you got a multi-caliber thing. But if you want like a little plinker, you know, a Mark III with a tactical solutions upper or some other threaded barrel, you know, or you know, a little 1022, and you don't have an AR, you can certainly do worse than these. They're good cans for the money. For the money, they're excellent cans. As far as I'm concerned, they're just as good as AAC cans at considerably less cost. And the upside is that Yankee Hill usually always has them in stock. That's really it. That's really all I can think of at the moment for suppressors. Keep them clean. Keep your gun clean, and they will give you many, many years of faithful service. As usual, thank you for watching. Be sure to subscribe if you want to see more videos, and don't forget to visit my Cafe Press store, the proceeds of which are going to help me buy a new camera so I can make better videos and just get better at it. And that's it. This is Rich from GunTortureTests.com. Thanks.